stop this. You been trying to knock this. All you do is pop shit. You ain't really on shit. This is for my team though. We ain't with the nonsense. Keep it 103 though. All we do is top shit. Ever since I got.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, good morning. So the markets hit that ceiling as I expected. I did not ever expect a big breakout before. And what happens with ceilings is eventually it's going to start to fall down a little bit because, it's going to start to sink a little bit over time because there's only so much buy support when you hit a hard ceiling. And that's what causes little dips. And I don't think there's going to be anything drastic. Usually a ceiling, when something stays at the same price for a while, this hasn't been a while, but in terms of how this market moves and how Bitcoin moves, and with all the crazy ups and downs, I would say it being stable for as long as it has would be considered a decent length of time. Everyone's saying Bitcoin's having the time of its life, and that it's like, what are you talking about? Like, it just got back to where it was, and the volume isn't as high. I think the price is slightly propped up right now. I just think that people overreacted to the August thing, and then you have the possible hard fork down the road. It's just Bitcoin's gonna have a hell of a time getting through this period. So, what is a good good things? What am I doing in market times like this? Well, see, the thing with this is the altcoins aren't popping off in this last little while. They're not popping off as much as I want them to. Digibyte had a good run. Mysterium was fucking up like 60% at one point. But they're still not popping up as high. Sia coins eventually getting back. It seems like they're starting to crawl back to their eventual where they were. And that's good. I'm not looking to take any kind of profit right now, though, because even though I believe there is a ceiling, I don't really see, from what's been happening, it just isn't worth it to me to try to speculate and make 10-20%, because that's all I would make in this type of market, because the swings, it just seems like everything's been slowly creeping back and then taking a little regression but creeping back. So last night, before I forget, last night I was there was apparently like some kind of hack, and some Veritaseum was stolen, and that's why I really like, wow, sorry, back up to 192. That's why I really like the Slack group I got, because everyone thinks, yeah, I'm a guru and I know everything, but man, you'd be surprised at how many hot tips I get and that I make a lot of money off of. Somebody came in and said, one of the homies in the No Limit Crew Slack came in and was like, man, there was some fucking Ethereum, or there was some Veritaseum stolen, and the dude's dumping it on Ether Delta right now. And he was only dumping it on Ether Delta. He wasn't dumping it on the other sites. At least I didn't notice, because the price was like half. And I picked up a big chunk at 0.5, and then I got some more at 0.55, and I got some more at 0.6, and I got some more at 0.67. That was just a product of me, because at one point he had like 12,000 Veritaseum selling at like 0.55. And I was like, man, he might just try to floor this out, because, you know, if it's stolen, he might not want any connection to it. So he's just trying to dump it and, kind of clean it, basically. And that's what you see right here. If you could see, it just completely fell off the face, and I was right here, boom. And then, yeah, I got it all in this. This whole little thing was me. And did it fall once more? Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Because I had fell asleep. Let's see. Let's see what this is. Where did I get in? I guess I got in right here. I got in probably around here. I wish they had, instead of just BTC, I wish they had an Ether one too. Yeah. So what I actually did was I've been pretty much exhausted on my ether because I fucking been investing in so many ICOs. That's why it was so nice to get all that ether at that really cheap price, because I was able to do that. And yeah, so basically you had somebody sell and it just created a big cavern in the Veritaseum, but that's fine because we were right there to scoop it up. What I did was actually sold all of my, I bought all the, what did I buy? I bought all the ether I could with Tether. So all that Tether I had from the Bitcoin fiasco, I it actually came in great handy because I just bought ether with it. That's all, and basically was able to. I guess I could have did the same thing with Bitcoin anyway, but that's what I ended up doing with my Tether. I ended up buying a bunch of Ether, and yeah, I wanted to be diversified and have a bunch of Tether, but at the same time, it's kind of like I didn't want to spend any of my Bitcoin, and I had a bunch of Tether, so I just bought it with it for, I just bought Tether and Ethereum. I couldn't even move Bitcoin though. Right now, everything's locked on a lot of websites. So moving a lot of Bitcoin around right now is tricky anyway. Doing it on exchanges is tricky. I already had the Tether ready. I just sent it and got all the Ethereum I could off of a couple sites. I like Yobit. Was able to get some cheap off Yobit and Bittrex last night. Scooped that all up, and then I went on down to Ether Delta and got me some Veritaseum. Some stolen Veritaseum. It's my favorite kind of Veritaseum. The stolen kind. I'm not sure exactly. I haven't really. I've just had some of my people investigate it, and it looks like, yeah, there was. It was said that there was like 37,000, $37,000 worth of Veritaseum stolen, and that's, I have to say, call bullshit on that. I'm thinking it was at least 37,000 fucking Veritaseum that was stolen, because I was seeing 12,000 Veritaseum orders. So obviously it was way more than fucking 37,000. And 37,000 when they created no fucking crevice like this anyway. Man, that was big. That went boom. I don't know if it was 37,000. I think it was like maybe 15,000 Veritaseum were stolen. Because you could see who it was. The guy was blatant. He was like dumping 12,000 Veritaseum, 7,000 ether worth at like half the price of the market. It was so obvious it was something crazy was happening, and I was just there to scoop it all up. I think it was a great price because, yeah, when I sold my Bitcoin for 23.5 and it went up to 27, that sucked. But guess what? I got all of this at like $1.20, and it's at 193 already. That's already a bigger gain than I would have got with the Bitcoin. But also, this thing is going to shoot back up to like 230 because, it just got punched in the face, so it needs to rebound and it'll get back to where it was. And once it gets up to 230, then it's going to be almost doubling my money, as opposed to Bitcoin only going about 50%. So, that's why you always have to never look at missed opportunities, because missed opportunities don't matter. You always look at the opportunities ahead and what you got. And I looked at what I got, and guess what? I was aware and I was ready, and, I capitalized on the moment last night. Last night there was a fucking Veritaseum heist, and there was a dump on Ether Delta. I was able to fucking make a lot of good money. So that's always being prepared. Also, basically, a lot of No Limit Coin news today. We are working out the final little things, getting up the write-ups, and the website's going to be put up today. Worst case scenario will be up tomorrow. Also starting the ad campaigns today, so that's going to be fucking cool. And really just going to go from level 1 all the way up to level 2, and we're just going to keep going. Soccer launch, the platform is looking great. We're just doing some final overs. I got some badass designers on the case who are going, that's what I really like about the No Limit crew, is because there really isn't another Slack group like ours at all, by a long shot. And that's because I'm one of the guys. I'm not coming in with I'm better than you or none of this shit. Like you go some of the slacks, you get you just feel like you're in school or some shit. And you know, where with the slack that I'm in, people are able to express their opinions. They're able to you know, we're able to come together. I'm glad that I've been able to build the trust, so people trust me to escrow things like donations. So it really it just makes it like we're like a ballin' ass team. And it's really cool because we have a sports coin. So we're rowdy. We have the sports aspect. And yeah, who cares if there anyone else comes up with the idea or tries to steal the idea or whatever the fuck. It doesn't matter, because at this point what you need is a community, and that's what we have. We have a community. DraftKings doesn't have a fucking community. You say they have a community, it's just they want, it's like saying Walmart has a community. Fucking Walmart doesn't have a community. You go to Walmart because it's the only game in fucking town. That's it. If you could get better groceries for the same price or even a little bit more, you'd probably not go to Walmart. But most people don't have a choice. You know, you need everything. You need diapers and fucking baby formula, and you need food and dinner and all this shit, and you might need a tent. Who knows? Walmart has it all. So that's what I mean. That's what I mean, like, by DraftKings. Yeah, they have a following, like people that they have a crowd that plays it, but they don't have a community. It's not like, you know, it's the exact same as if Walmart had a community. And we're bringing like Whole Foods in this bitch. We're bringing like a hardcore grassroots community that is really going to change the game. One person with conviction, one person with the mindset to make a change and to improve is worth 1,000 of those what they call Walmart followers. You know, having a grassroots person who's really down for the cause is worth 1,000 of the DraftKings people. And we're coming for the throat, because it's not like we're just making a product and have no ammunition. We're cutting a rake in half. We're cutting the heads up by more than 2 to 3 times. We're going to make it to where they can't compete. They can't compete. I did the same stuff back in the day. And all of my business ventures. I'm not going to mention all of them because y'all don't need to know all of my business. But basically what I would do is I would fucking come in at cutthroat prices and be like, what, bitches? And they couldn't compete. And I would slave away around for free, basically. But guess what? It wasn't free because I was building. And eventually I had all the custo. And then I could charge whatever the fuck I wanted. Not saying we're going to do that to the people. We're not going to. Once we conquer, we're not going to raise the prices. That's not what we are. But what I'm saying is next year we are going to have a rake increase. But it's still going to be the best on the market. Right now, we're going basically free right now to get up all the custo, because that's one of the best ways to compete. So we're definitely going for the jugular in that aspect. And there just isn't a team that's working as hard as ours. We have so much going on, and it's going to show, because the work shows. And once everything is up, shiny, polished, it's just going to be a fun place to go and play fantasy sports. It's just going to be my favorite. I can't even play on DraftKings right now anyway, so it's not like even if I wanted to play fantasy sports, I couldn't. And that's like, you know, Mexico is a big-ass fucking country, and there's a lot of countries like Mexico that can't play on DraftKings. So it's just going to be fun. You know, it's going to be fun to actually be able to play again. You know, yeah, this year is going to be fun, but I'm looking forward to next year's NFL season, because I think it's going to be like 3 or 4 times as big. And I'm actually, yeah, definitely going to be throwing my hat in the ring, because there's a lot of money to be won. We're talking about a lot of money. We're dealing with, so I look at it as no limit coins worth $1, right? So it's like when you see these, you know, 100K, 500K, no limit guaranteed tournaments, I mean, that's a lot of money. And people aren't going to be treating it like it, because people are going to think that, you know, no limit coin. I think some guy said no limit coin is worth like 5 cents or something stupid. So yeah, I mean, we're talking dollar. When no limit coin's $1, and people actually treat it like that, then you'll realize how much of a bargain you're getting. It's funny because a lot of people don't know about the fantasy sports aspect. Because I'm a poker player and I know about fantasy sports because they're very similar in the aspect of tournament style, how you play, how you win, tournament poker, tournament fantasy sports. The maker of DraftKings is poker players. So I mean, it's just going to be very fun when people actually see what it's about, and people who may not have been into fantasy sports that got into no limit coin because of an investment might find themselves becoming, you know, as a hobby. Someone might even go pro because there are pro fantasy sports players. But yeah, I'm gonna kill it here. Cheers, peace.